Alright, so I'm replacing, well, this spring isolator is good. The other side's missing one. I'm going to replace both of them with, I don't know, these just look universal. Not like they're specific to these, but it'll work for me. So you're going to take this top nut off. Then there's this retainer. And then the spring, and then this sits in there. I'll show you on the other side here that I got apart. So I will note, as I was trying to take, all right, good thing it's not hot still, this nut off, which I forget what way that goes, like that. Looks like it was upside down in there though. So this whole thing wanted to come out, and that nut sits in there, so it's not like you can just take it all out and get it. So I had to keep backing it on, torching the nut, and then finally it was able to come off without taking the whole stud out. So yeah, that's I got some thread locker on that now, so hopefully in the future it's good. So that'll go on there. This, I don't know exactly how it goes per se right now. It'll look like probably something like that. I don't know. As long as it's on there, I guess it's better than nothing. And then, so yeah, and then, oh yeah, it'd probably help if I had the spring the right way. So this flat part goes top. The bottom you'll see is kind of round. I didn't catch that at first. Alright. So that looks like a tighter fit to me. So it'll go something like that. And then, yeah, this is where the spring retainer up here goes. That small piece of metal with one bolt. But alright, so yeah, they'll point to the inside then with at least these springs. They're a Skyjacker 6-inch lift spring, so if that helps you or not. I don't have the other ones. But yeah, so I'm going to do that. My ball joints are good. I just recently did those not too long ago. Still haven't gotten to my pivot bushings yet, but I'm just, you know, for sake of this video, it doesn't really matter where you start as far as this kind of shit. But yeah, so I'll get those on, then I'm going to work on those. And then I can put those bushings on. And then I should be able to start putting this all back together. Alright. So there's the old ones. And actually when I cut them, they came out relatively easy. Like the first half on that side actually just pulled right out. These I cleaned up. I cut a little too deep. But I mean, if you're worried about it, you could fill it in with a welder. I mean, it was barely anything noticeable. So, with that said, I thought you needed a ball joint press to press these in, but this side I was able to get with just that hammer. This side I had to get my mallet and hammer it, but it's in there. It's not going anywhere. You want to just make sure you're flush. And then you have this little bit of rubber that's sticking out past that. So that way, you know, it's rubber on rubber. Or rubber against metal, you know, not metal to metal. Give you a little more cushion. Yeah, I got a mess from when I tilted my front drive shaft. But, oh well, I needed to do something. It's probably a bit dirty from this being open. All right, so I got the driver's side. I want to say passenger side because it's coming to the passenger side bracket. But I got the driver's side in. I had to tighten this down to help pull it back. I didn't torque it down, just got it tight. And then you got to use the jack to pick it up because otherwise this will be like that. And it won't obviously fit in there. So you got to jack it up. And it's a lot of fighting it. At least this one was for me. I don't know. I might just have bad luck. You might have good luck. But yeah, I'm still not 100% there. But fudge it around, get that in, and then I'll get the coil spring on the bracket. The little clip here. And I'll get that. So that way that's holding that up. And then I'll go through and torque those down. And then, I'm probably going to assemble that side. Just so that way I can have the tire on there. And I feel a little more secure under this. Like that cross member. I bought the truck like that. And I don't care to fix it. But yeah, so I got this board here. So my bumper will catch it. And, that's at least 16 inches to protect me. So yeah, I think I'm going to at least get the driver's side tire on there. Stay safe. Trying to think if there was anything I wanted to say. Oh yeah. So in my videos, if you hear me saying I'm not a professional, this is where I'm talking about when I say I'm not a professional. Don't rely on this setup for too much weight. Bricks are not solid this way. I only needed maybe 30 pounds of pressure to push up, and it's not, I got jack stand there. I got another tire. I got jack stand there. This isn't holding any weight of the truck up. So I just wanted to make sure I got that out there. So that was fun. Getting that side up there. It's not torqued down yet. I still got to connect the coil spring at the top. But that's literally just that right there. Whew. Yeah. I think I'm going to go ahead and put this side together. Torque it down, and put this side together so I can get that tire on there. Just because with how much leverage and jerking it around, it moved around quite a bit. I was uncomfortable at times, even though I got that tire on this side under the catch the bumper. That's 18 inches. That should save me. I got that tire. I got the double jack stands, but yeah, and that jack's not supporting any weight of the vehicle. That was just to get this in there. I had to lift it to get that to be the right angle so it would fit in. Yeah, it was fun. Alright, so I got everything torqued down. Skyjacker recommends for the polyurethane from there is 100 foot-pounds. I went to 120 just because... No, I went to 110. I went to 110 just because I wanted to. I went 10 over just to be safe. I did the pivot nut at 150. Or not 150. What am I thinking? 180. Yeah, 180. Did that to 180. I'm going to go ahead and put this back together. Yeah, so slide the axle shaft in. Slide the spindle over and go from there. It should be not too long before I got it all out. Now, I will mention, probably should have mentioned it in the video, taking this apart. But if you want, you can leave all this assembled and just take your tires off and your brake calipers and then drop all your axles. I was just, I was going to replace the, I was going to work on the front differential, so that's why I had it all taken apart, but decided not to. We'll wait on that another day. Alright, so I went ahead through my shotgun. I got my spindle on. I got my brake hub, brake rotor on there. I got my axle nut on that has the little divot on it. So there'll be like a little, not a divot, a nipple on it, more or less. Now that goes in first with the nipple facing out. And then that nipple is going to fit in one of these holes. Now, torque specs 45 foot-pounds, and then back off 90, so a quarter of a turn. And that's just to seat the bearing. It won't be super tight. And then the outside is, alright, so the outside is 165 to 175 in that range. So you'll put the one on with the nipple out, the lock, and you'll get that 90 off, and then you're going to want to go to whatever the nearest ring is. This does have some play in it. I mean, as they're worn, they get more play, so you can maybe get lucky, but if not, you'll have to go to the nearest one. Whether that's tightening it or loosening it, just go to the nearest one. Alright, so I got the hub assembled, all that, the clips in there. I got all these Allen keys torqued down. I got my caliper on, but not in yet. I just wanted to say, if you look at these slide pins, these little indents here will go towards the bracket. So this one goes up, and the bottom side will go down. So again, those little tabs on it will go towards the bracket and sit in there. Alright, I'm going to start putting my axle back in. The first thing I'm starting on is the pivot bushings. And the backside, they're flared on, at least mine, and they're pretty beat up. You can cut these. I'm just using my angle grinder with a flap disc. Get it down. I figured maybe the heat will help break up any of the rust holding it together. Yeah, just get it down flush. You can press it out if you can find a ball joint press with a cup that'll fit in there. Or my method, I'm just going to cut, stick my saws on there, cut this, and then 180, cut again. These, if you're working on it under your vehicle, probably going to be harder, but they do go, you push them out the front side. So back of the vehicle, they come out this way, new ones go in that way.